I've got life's tough questions for you.
Would you rather have a magic watch on your arm that every hour on the hour makes the sound of an air horn, which I believe sounds something a little bit like this? Isn't that just delightful?
Oh my.
Or would you rather have a magic watch on your arm that gave you an electric shock every hour on the hour? Now, keep in mind, these watches still activate morning, night, sleeping, doesn't matter what you're doing. Every hour on the hour you're getting an air horn or you're getting an electric shock. Oh, also they never get damaged and they never run out of power. They are perpetual.
Fantastic.
Oh, I tell you what, the prospect of having an air horn every hour, it'd be like living in one of those MLG videos. Like, what about that doesn't appeal to me? Now,
it's like a sweet rave party.
Yeah, exactly.
Goes off.
I don't want an electric shock. I don't enjoy them. I don't like them. It doesn't specify what kind of like I don't know. I need an electrician. Give me some technical advice. But voltage, that's the word I was looking for. What kind of voltage you're going to get? But let's say it's high and unpleasant.
Well, I think it says it's like an average static.
See, if I knew how to read, I would have noticed like the line completely underneath the
static. Like you drag your feet across the carpet and then touch something.
Which is still quite unpleasant. They're quite unpleasant when people get you. It's enough to make you jump.
Yeah, the idea of having that happen while you're asleep, yeah. But then, I mean, getting an air horn while you're asleep as well.
I know some people could sleep through an air horn.
I cannot sleep through an air horn. But neither can anyone else around me sleep through an air horn, so give me an air horn.
Yeah? You think it's less the benefit to you, more the suffering of others around you?
Very much so.
I think, for me, I'm going to go with the electric shock. I think that much like certain, like, experiences and stuff, they say that you can't really remember pain. They say pain is one of those things that, like, you know it hurt, but you don't know how to replicate that feeling without receiving it again. So there is no way, I guess, exactly to get used to it, but I think possibly, I'm wondering if the electric shock comes directly from the watch, and if I'll just get desensitized, like I'll get nerve damage or something in my arm, so over time I won't feel it as much, maybe. Because I wonder if I wonder if I could pass it on to other people. If I'm touching people and they get an electric shock when, like, then you know, oh, it's just about to go. I don't know, that sounds like a bit of a stretch. But I think the air horn is something that the sound, like my voice generally, I think bothers people in general. My voice is quite loud to start with. So adding an air horn on top of that every hour is just going to make me even more annoying than I am already. So I think I'm going to have to take the electric watch, just for one, in the hope that, as I said, I get a bit like desensitized to it, like my arm gets a bit, you know, used to it. And two, for the sake of, I don't want to be more loud and obnoxious than I already sound, I suppose.
I think with this one, I think I'm going to take the air horn. The electric shock, I think you can't get away from that. Like, it's going to be there, and you're going to feel it. Like, you can't, like, you'll always feel it, I believe. Reading over it, and while you two were discussing it, I was thinking about the fact that you would be sleeping with the watch on, and I sleep with my arms under the covers, so I'm assuming at night the air horn's still going to go off, but it's not going to be as loud.
Like muffled.
It'll be there, but it won't be like as blaringly loud as if it will during the day when I've just got my arms crossed or like my arms by my side. I will hear it. At night, under the blankets, it'll be there. It'll be a bit muffled, but it'll still be there.
There's less background noise though when you're sleeping. I suppose. It might be.
I think people that sleep under flight paths and stuff like that. Like when you visit someone who lives under a flight path, you're like, their whole house like shakes, and you're like, how do you deal with that? And they're like, deal with what? They get they do get used to it.
Yeah.
Sign me up for the air horn.
I didn't even think about it too, but something that you mentioned, I thought you were gonna say exactly that, but you went a different path. You cannot escape the electric shock, but you could wear like industrial earphones.
Yeah.
Like if that's like a
something.
pneumatic jack or whatever, like if you
Yeah.
can drown out that sound, an air horn can't be that much more decibels, like probably less than a like pneumatic drill, wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
So you'd think that wearing like at least to bed, but then how do you wake up if you have an alarm?
Yeah.
You'd have to work out some kind of system with like a headphones with alarms underneath your headphones,
Yeah.
underneath another
You're going to
pair.
wear noise cancelling headphones to bed.
Yeah, something like that.
What a comfortable night's rest you'll get with that.
You'd have to sleep like a what
In
do
a
you call
coffin.
those things? Like a coffin, like
Yeah.
Dracula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to just be like and not move. Every time you move, it's like, probably electric shock wakes you too though. No, I'm still sticking with my electric shock. Although you did make me think about that noise cancelling type things.
That's why I've got life's tough questions for you.